opportunity to talk with you one-on-one. Tim, I'd love you to talk about your inspiration of the work, what inspires you and motivates you in the work you do, and it's a big ask in 5 minutes or so. What keeps you going?
It's interesting, and it actually, when you asked the question, I went back to when I first qualified, almost half a century it seems ago, and I can remember getting to the end of a medical degree and thinking there must be lots more to it than this. And I started then looking for more solutions, more ideas, I think that went beyond the model that I'd already become familiar with. So I think for me it's for looking for options, looking for a bigger explanation of what it is that people need in their lives to change them from where they are now to where they need to be or where they would like to go. So it's options, it's being aware of a picture that is bigger than perhaps the ordinary conventional picture of that.
So today in your practice, what's an ordinary day in the life of Dr. Tim Ure?
It's a mixture of things, because I have people coming from all over New Zealand to see me, so I'm very fortunate that way that I can live in a nice location and have people come usually with conditions that are not easy to treat by conventional medicine, things that have often not been given a label or a label that's helpful to the person. So I see all sorts of people of all ages, often with quite chronic conditions or difficult to treat conditions. And the challenge for me, which is what I enjoy as well, is to work with them and try and find solutions that may not even be apparent when I first meet them, but become apparent as we work together.
So, Tim, what keeps you, I was going to say balance, well, what keeps you, how do you keep yourself well, or what other things, in terms of a holistic approach in your life around your...
Well, I'm fortunate I have a wonderful wife, and she helps look after me in all sorts of ways. I am aware of things like nutrition and obvious things, but I meditate, I study esoteric philosophy, and I practice Qigong, and I've taught Tai Chi for years, so there are other things that I do for myself to keep myself in as good a balance as I can.
And if you were thinking in a crystal ball way, say in the next 10 years, what are some of the things, are there other things that you are wanting to achieve or that you'd like to see happen in terms of healthcare in New Zealand and around the world, or in your own practice?
What I've been working towards for many years now is to try and bring together an integrative health centre. It's actually hard to find the right words because none of these are quite the right words, but a place where the sorts of patients that I see often can come and live there if they need to for periods of weeks or whatever it takes, and there'd be a team of therapists and appropriate technology to help them go through a process that is very difficult on a kind of outpatient basis. So this would be more of a live-in. There would be group processes, there'd be individual processes, but it would be done in a cooperative way, which is difficult from the sorts of places that I've visited around the world where I see lots of good therapists working under the same roof but not necessarily cooperatively. So that's been my ideal for some time. And bit by bit working there, whether I'll get there in this lifetime, I'm not sure.
Let's hope you do. Yeah.
Thank you.
Tim.
Good, thank you, Mandy.